Self-centered good morning, y'all. All right, wiggle around, get the wiggles out, side to side, roll around, shrug and release your shoulders, roll them, turn your head, twist your body, wiggle your feet, shake your legs, get everything out, all the extra energy out. Oh, as much as you can. And then sit up nice and tall. We don't always have an abundance of energy in the morning, do we? Sit up nice and tall, hands in your lap. Close your eyes or soften your gaze towards the floor. Lengthen through your spine. Let's rock just our pelvis forward towards our pubic bone, back towards our tailbone. Rocking our pelvis forward and back, keeping the upper body mostly immobile, but allowing it to flow slightly with the lower body movement. Forward and back. And then get your breath coordinated with your movement. Inhaling as you rock forward, filling your belly with air. Exhale, pull your belly in and rock to the back. Push the extra air out. As you inhale and rock forward, make your belly nice and big, pushing with the belly muscles. As you rock back, squeeze your butt, pull your belly in. And on your next breath, just bring yourself to neutral pelvis, neutral between the front and the back, side to side. Soft belly. Drop your right ear to the right side. Flip your left hand over. Rest the back of the palm on your lap. And slowly kind of rock your chin forward towards the throat, and then come and rock it back in space. Not back far enough to hear any crunching in the neck. Forward and back. Inhale as you reach back. Exhale as you bring it forward. Going nice and slow and paying particular attention to the stretch moving along the side of the neck from the back to the front on the left side. Pause with your right ear stacked back over your shoulder. Turn your chin towards your right shoulder. Relax your left arm if you feel that it starts to pull up. Protective reaction. Jut your chin forward towards your right shoulder a little further, and then start to lift up like you're scooping to the right, all the way to the ceiling. Then bring the chin back to neutral, facing to the right, and turn head forward. Relax. Flip your hand back over and just do a side to side nod with your head. Feel the difference between the right and the left. And then do an up and down. Back to neutral, and we'll do the other side. Left ear to left side. Flip your right hand over. Relax on your lap. Breathing. Gently start to tip your chin forward towards the throat. And then take it back, sliding along the left side. No crunching in the back. Coordinating your breath, inhaling as you go back, exhaling as you come forward. Feeling the stretch move along the neck. Feel the muscles engage along the neck from the vertebrae to the throat. On your next breath, pause your ear over the left shoulder. Turn your face towards your shoulder. Relax the right arm again if it started to raise or lift or move. Jut your chin towards the shoulder and start to lift like you're scooping to the ceiling. All the way up as far as comfortable, and then bring the chin back down to neutral. Face turns to the front. Flip your hand back over and just nod your head side to side. Let's do clockwise circles with our nose. Around in circles. And then counterclockwise circles with our nose. And face forward. Take your shoulders up high, roll them back and down and hold in the back and down position. And open your hands to either side, jazz hands, elbows tucked in tight. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. We're going to switch this by bringing our hands where our elbows are, and our elbows are going to go out, and our chest is going to round in. So pulling in, elbows out, hands in, and open back up. Shoulders slide together, hands open, pressing your elbows inward. Big breath. Exhale forward. Pushing all the air out, opening the shoulders, inhale, open. Exhaling and close. Open the shoulders, draw the shoulders forward so your back opens. Inhale, open. You can go ahead and work it at your own pace. My pace will be off since I'm talking. Inhaling as you open and squeeze in the back. Exhaling as you close and squeeze towards the front. Wide fingers. Your next inhale, just lengthen up. Release your hands to your side. Roll out your shoulders. Shake them out. Whatever feels good. We're going to do a figure 4 with our legs. So you can use a strap or not use a strap. Use a block or not use a block. I'm going to use a block today. Scooching forward. If you want to use a block, you place it on the supporting leg. Bring the other leg up. Let your ankle hang off the side. If you want to use the strap, put it on your lower foot. Softly flex your top foot, holding on to your shin or the strap so that you can relax this leg a little bit. Take the weight away. In this position, I want you to rock your pelvis forward and back. Squeeze your butt as you rock towards the back. Push your belly out as you rock forward. Exhaling as you rock back, squeezing the breath out. Inhaling as you rock forward and opening your belly. Mostly lower body. Just let the upper body flow with it, but not forcing any chest lift or any shoulder squeezes. Just letting the spine move on its own. Your next inhale, stack your spine lengthen tall through the crown of your head. Turn your breastbone towards your knee. And then turn your head over the back shoulder. Turn the head over the knee and then bring the whole body back to the front. Nice deep breath. We're going to come forward in 5 stages. Go as far as you feel comfortable. Exhale forward for 1 inch. Big breath. Forward for 2 inches. Or the second inch. We're not going 2 at a time. Big breath. Forward for 3. Keep long in that spine. Forward for 4. As if you're being pulled from the crown of your head. Last 1. Forward for 5. Hold there for 3 nice big breaths. After you've finished exhaling your 3rd breath, round your low back, round your upper back, round your head forward, and slowly roll yourself back up to a stacked spine. Roll your ankle around both directions. Do a strong flex of your foot, drawing your toes back towards your knee. Then floint your foot, keep your toes lifted, and point. Floint, flex, floint, point. Keep the point. Do circles with the pointed foot. Go the other direction. And relax. Wiggle out your toes, release your leg, shake it out. Gonna switch sides. Bringing your foot up. Let your ankle hang off the side, holding on to the shin or using the strap as a support device. Sitting up nice and tall. And let's start rocking our hips. Inhaling, rocking forward. Exhaling, rocking back, squeezing our butt on the back side. Not allowing our shoulders to take over the motion. This is all in the hips. Forward and back. Nice big breaths. When you come to the back, squeezing the last bit of air out by pulling your belly in and squeezing your butt. All through the lower pelvic floor. On your next inhale, start to stack your spine, coming to a tall position. Breastbone to the bent knee. And then turn the head towards the back shoulder. Couple nice big breaths. Head back over knee. Whole body forward. Coming forward in 5 stages. Deep breath. Exhale forward about an inch. Another breath. Exhale forward for 2. Exhale forward for 3. Exhale forward for 4. Not letting your leg take over the holding it up. Use the arms. Try and get the leg to relax. Last one. Exhale forward for 5. Breathe. Hold for a couple more breaths. Someone's yanking up through the crown of your head, pulling you long, almost rolling you off your sit bones. Slowly start to roll back, round your low back, mid back, upper back, dropping your head and rolling yourself back up into a neutral spine. Up nice and tall, roll your ankle around, go both directions. Flex your foot hard, pulling the toes back towards the knee. Floint, keep your toes lifted. Point the toes. Floint, flex, floint, point, and do little circles with the tips of the toes. Go the other direction. Don't know about y'all, but my circles are not circles at all. They're attempted circles. Relax, wiggle your toes out, shake out your leg, and gently release it down. Good stuff. Alrighty. All right, we're going to come up and bring the chair to the end of the mat with the seat facing you. Make sure I'm visible. Bring it back a little closer. All right, stand about 4 to 6 inches from your chair. You're going to hinge at your hips, soften your knees, and come with a flat back forward, hands to either side of the chair. Imagine you've got that tray of drinks across your entire back from shoulders to hips, not allowing our hips to dip, not allowing our shoulders to be taller than our hips. Breathe. You want a neutral shoulder. You don't want to be hunched into your shoulders, your chest forward. You don't want to be rounded at way up, nice and flat across your shoulder blades. Knees are nice and soft. Take the weight of your hips to the right foot. Take the weight of the hands to the left hand, opposite. Right foot, left hand. Start to lift the left foot behind you with the flexed foot. And just for the heck of it, I want you to roll your hip open and then roll it back down. So you kind of get a chance of what that feels like. Roll it open and roll it back down. We're going to hold it in the down position, toes facing the floor. Pull your belly in, lengthen through the crown, and then lift your arm overhead and reach the opposite direction. Breathe. Feel the core stabilize the body with the weight pulled away. 2 big breaths. On your next inhale, reach further. And exhale, elbow and knee come together at the belly button. And then inhale, reach out. Exhale, pull them in together. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, pull them in together last time. Release your hand and your foot to the floor and chair. Shake out your legs, shake out your arms. You can sway side to side, step up and down. And shake out your arm, your hand, your wrist. If you need to transition from a wrist to a fist instead, you can. All right, we're going to do the other side. Weight to the left foot. Feel the stability in the left leg and on the right hand. Engage through your core. Start to lift the right foot behind you, flexed foot. Again, we're going to roll our hip open and back down. Roll the hip open and back down. One more time. Open, back down, hold in the down position. Toes should be pointed towards the floor. Pull the belly in. Keep nice strong core. Left arm comes overhead, reaches in opposite direction. Hold this for 3 big breaths. Keep reaching in opposite direction. On the 3rd exhale, pull the elbow and knee into the belly button. Inhale, open. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, open. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, open. And exhale, pull in, release hands and feet down. Shake out your legs, shake out your feet. Sounds like that was not everybody's favorite. All right, walk your feet back 1 step, both feet back 1 step. Come up on your tippy toes. Push your butt back. Roll slowly down to the heels of the feet. Reach the butt back, lengthening the arms, but then pull the shoulders away from your ears so you have space. Breathe. Bend your knees dramatically and then straighten without locking. Get a good stretch in the back. Bend knees, straighten. Your butt weight is way back. Straighten, bend, and straighten. Straighten and bring the weight forward onto the whole foot, towards the hands. Shake out the legs. Walk the feet to the outside edges of the mat. Come up on the tiptoes again. Start to push the butt back. Whole legs are straight. Rolling down onto the heels of the feet. Releasing the weight from the toes. Push the butt way back. Stretch changes. It goes more inner thigh. Or the back side of the inner thigh. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Breathe and then bend. Make sure your knees are opening when they're bending. They're not coming inward. And straighten without locking, bending and straightening. A dramatic bend, not so far you're sitting down. Just a nice bend and straight. Two more. On your second straighten, go ahead and bring your weight even over both feet, bringing your torso forward. Shake out your legs. Good stuff. Walk your feet close together. Thighs, calves, bunions, all that good stuff touching. Put your right hand in the center of your chair. Inhale and open up left. You can put your hand in the air. You can put it on your hip, whichever feels more comfortable. Neither one of them is going to be great. And roll back down. Switch hands, left hand in the middle. Because we don't have our legs open, we can't like go to one hip like we normally do. So you're not going to definitely go as high as you could before. Other side. Inhale up. Breathe. And slowly back down. And we're going to forward fold. So you can either go elbows to chair, forehead to chair, or step away from the chair. Open your feet up, hip width, and just let it hang. You can rock, you can stay still. Go forward and back, go in circles. Whatever you'd like to do. You can support your belly with your thighs. You can not touch the floor at all by grabbing your elbows on either side and let the weight of your arms draw through your spine and shoulder. All right, we're going to bend our knees a little bit more dramatically. Take a deep breath and come all the way up. Squeeze butt. And exhale down. Shake it out. We're going to go to the floor and we're going to start on this in seated position. Have your bolster. Or your chair if you're at home. Chair will work for what we're going to do. Have it nearby. Block balls. I'm going to kind of do it at an angle so everybody can see me better. So I want you to sit with your feet together and your knees open. And I want you to bring them in as far as it's comfortable. So if your legs, most of y'all's legs won't touch the floor, but if it's uncomfortable to have them up that high, like you really feel a pull through here, you can add more support with blankets or blocks or whatever. If this is comfortable without support, then you can stay like that. Kind of center yourself on your sit bones. Make sure you're not rolling onto the tailbone. Sitting up nice and tall. I don't know why this is called bound angle pose because I'm not bound and I'm not really feeling like I'm at an angle, but that's what it's called. So what we're going to use is if you have a chair, you know, put the chair legs inside your legs. But we got a bolster, so we're going to put the bolster on our ankles, on our feet, not up this far, so you're not putting pressure on your knees. Putting it down there. Y'all, the chair don't need a block. We're going to use a block and we're going to come forward and put our forehead on it and relax our arms. And breathe. If it's still too far away with just the block, you can put your hands and give you more space. You can go to fists and give you more space, like so. Get you up high enough to where you feel comfortable. If you don't need any of that and you got lots of flexibility and go all the way down, you can, but that's not happening for me at all. You should be rocked forward on your sit bones towards the pubic bone. You should not be rocked back into your tailbone. Breathe. Squeeze your belly and everybody roll back up. Releasing your block. Straightening your legs. Straighten your legs under your chair if you're at home and don't have a bolster. If you have a bolster, leave your bolster on your lap. Those that have a chair, you can just lay your body up over with the straight legs. We're going to lay our body up over like so. You can also use the block. If you have a chair, you don't need a block because you can put your forehead on the seat. Flex your feet so your toes stay to the ceiling. Make sure that your feet are hip width apart. You should be centered directly on the top of your sit bones, not forward towards the pubic bone and not back towards the tailbone. Sometimes if lifting up the excess booty and getting it out of the way to sit right on that sit bone helps you sit taller. Or sitting right on the edge of a blanket or book. Something small, thin. Pull the belly in, round the back, pushing the low back away from the chair, the bolster, and then roll yourself all the way back up. Nice and tall. Release your stuff. We're going to roll onto our back. Move your chair out of the way, your bolster. Center yourself back into your mat. And roll all the way down. You can draw your knees up and roll if you would like, or you can flop, whichever you prefer. Since we were seated and we were rolling forward, we're going to do the opposite with our back while we're on the floor. We're going to, that was a kyphotic move. Now we're going to do lordotic. We're going to do the other direction. Get a nice long stretch with our spine going the other way. So let's take both feet to the floor, outside edges, give some flops, side to side. Release tension in the hips as much as possible. Take both knees over to the right. Put some support underneath the outer thigh if you need to. The way you know if you need to is that your low back doesn't like this position. If your low back is giving you any kind of heartache, put some support underneath that outer right thigh on the floor so it doesn't pull on the back, the weight of the legs. Squeeze your left glute, press that hip forward, and then pull the belly in. Opposite directions. Push through the butt, pull through the belly. Stretch down the front of the thigh. Relax the right leg, like the right leg should be jello. Breathe. Relax the glute, but keep the belly pulled in. Pull in a little bit more as you lift the legs. And flop side to side. And both knees left. Rolling to the outside edges. Put some support underneath the left leg. If your back is telling you to. Otherwise, relaxing into the stretch, letting gravity draw the weight of the legs towards the floor. Squeeze the right glute, press it forward, then pull the belly in. Shallowing your breath slightly, getting a good stretch in the front hip and thigh. Relax the left leg. It should be jello. If you're not controlling that left leg at all, it may even kind of flail out. Completely release it. Relax the right glute. Pull the belly in a little bit deeper to pull the legs up. And flop knees side to side. All right. Gently draw both knees up into your chest without crossed legs. We're going to open our knees and feet up, keeping the knees and feet in alignment. And then we're going to squeeze our butt and we're going to close them back in to touch. Going to open them up. Your hands can be on your knees as guides, but don't push with your hands unless you need to. Closing in, squeezing the butt, relaxing the butt and opening. Squeeze the butt and close. Open. Squeeze through the pelvic floor and the glutes and close. And open. And squeeze and close. One more time, open. Squeeze and close. Keep squeezing even though they're closed and touching. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Flex both feet. Deep breath. Exhale, push both feet to the ceiling, holding onto the thighs. Breathe. Bend the right knee. Put it on the floor. Keep the left leg in the sky. Transition your hands to the back of the thigh on the left leg. Flexed foot, slightly bent knee. Breathe. Deep breath. Exhale, pull the knee close to you. Bend your elbows. Inhale, straighten it all out overhead. Pull it back in and straighten it out. Inhale on the straighten. Exhale on the pull in because it's squishing the air out. 2 more at your own pace. On your last exhale, bend the knee, place it on the floor. Foot on the floor. All right, both knees back up. Uncrossing. We're going to open our knees and feet again. Squeeze button close. 5 times. Opening up. Squeezing through the pelvic floor, the abs, the butt, close. Open up. Squeeze and close. Open up. Squeeze and close. 1 more. Squeezing to close. Keep everything squeezed tight together. Sandwiched in. Flex the feet. Press the feet to the ceiling, holding both legs with the back of your hands. Just kind of holding on slightly. Flexed feet. Breathe. Not completely straight. Bend the left knee. Place the foot on the floor and holding on to the back of the right thigh. Deep breath. Exhale, pull it in, bending elbows. Inhale, opening it up. Exhale, pull it in, squishing the air out. Inhale, up. Exhale, closing it in. Inhale, up. 1 more time. Coming right back over the top. Bend the knee, put the foot back on the floor. Realign your spine if need be. Rock your hips side to side, roll around, whatever feels good. See any tension from the feet, from the thighs, from the hips. We're going to straighten the right leg out. We're going to bring the left foot in close to the right leg. Flex the right foot. Putting your left hand on the floor. We're going to roll to the right, but we're not going to bring our knee into our chest. We're going to leave our knee out there. So wherever you need your hands to make that happen, take a nice deep breath. Exhale and roll the hips over. Tucking your left foot into the crook of your knee on the right side. Breathe. Gently roll back, pulling your belly in. Go nice and slow. Nice and slow. Till your foot remains on the floor and your right leg is out. We're going to switch sides. Bring the right foot in. Slide the left one out. Walk the right one in close. Put your hands where it feels most comfortable to use them as stability, to use them as push. Take a nice deep breath to start. Exhale, roll left. Tucking the right toes in behind the knee. Couple more breaths. Pulling the belly in, start rolling from the top first. Control the bottom half of the body all the way back down. Realigning the spine, draw the left foot back in. All right, we're going to bend both knees into the chest. we're going to roll both legs together this time. We're going to go right first. So I have my arms out wide. They might be more comfortable closer to you, wherever you feel more stable. Take a deep breath first. Exhale, roll hips to the right. Sandwiching those knees together. You can roll onto something if you want. You can roll to the knees are far, far away from the chest, or you can have them tucked really tight in where they're touching your arm when you go out. It's totally up to you where you want to roll. Keeping our chest open. If you can't reach the floor, you can always go to your arm and use your arm as a support device and put it underneath your legs. I want you to flex your top leg, which is my left leg, and then straighten it out. Get a nice stretch on the outside of that leg all the way to the butt. Breathe, pull the belly in. Bend the knee. And we're going to roll our whole body to the right in a fetal position. And then we're going to push ourselves back onto our back. Recenter yourself on your mat. If you got out of whack, draw your knees in. We're going to go to the left side this time. Take a nice big breath. Exhale, start to roll to the left. Finding where it will be the most comfortable with your knees close or your knees further away. The further away you are, the more you're going to get your stretch all the way up the side of the body. Use your arm for support if you need to or want to. Breathe. Flex your top foot. For me, it's the right, and then straighten it out. Right over the top. Should be still, the thighs should still be touching. Lined up. Breathe. Bend the knee, bring it back in. Roll the whole body over so you're in fetal position. And then push yourself back up onto your back. Keep your knees drawn in, roll around a little bit. Feet on the floor. I want you to rock your pelvis forward and back, just like we did in the chair at the beginning. Pressing your back to the floor, pulling it off of the floor. Inhaling as you pull it off the floor, exhaling as you squeeze your butt and push it down. Rock your pelvis forward and back. As you're squeezing and pushing the air out, I want you to be mindful to not only use your butt muscles, but to use your pelvic floor muscles as if you're stopping the flow of urine, as if you're holding to engage. There's your sound of Shavasana. Do a couple more. And then relax and prepare yourself. Bolsters under your knees, blankets, pillows, eye masks, whatever you need. Making sure that you're lined up on your mat, your shoulders and hips are lined up. Finding support. Finding a comfortable place to land and stay, where you can let your body be. where you can let your mind wander. Getting rid of any rumpled clothing that is poking or prodding, jewelry, moving them out of the way. Anything that will interfere with your train of thought, anything that will draw you back to the body as we float away from it. Finding your stillness, find your breath, find the natural rise and fall of the chest. Like a wave. Ebbing and flowing through the torso as we breathe in and breathe out. Imagine that that wave of breath reaches all the way to our toes. And as it breathes out, it relaxes those toes. Breathing into our feet and breathing out to relax them. Breathing into our ankles. Breathing into our calves, the back of our knees, and relaxing them, leaving them where they're at in space. Breathing down our thighs, exhaling out, letting it relax. Breathing into our hips, feeling their weight on the mat. Exhaling and leaving that weight there. Breathing into our belly and our back. Exhaling and allowing them to just be. Moving gently with a conscious breath. Breathing into our chest, feeling it rise, pressing into our back. Exhaling and releasing control of our breath. Breathing down into our fingertips, into our palms. Exhaling them to relax. Breathing into our forearms and elbows. Exhaling them to relax. Breathing into our upper arms and shoulders. Exhaling them to relax. Feel the breath in your throat. Feel it move in and out. Relaxing through your jaw. Your eyes nestled in the pillows of their sockets. Your forehead relaxed. Feeling the back of your head, shoulder blades, hip bones, where the bulk of our weight touches the ground. Feeling our weight as gravity pulling us towards the ground, connecting us to the ground. And our breath is light, connects us to the heavens, floats on a breeze. Feel your ears take in any sound. Feel your nose have any distinguishing sense. And feel your eyes nestled in their sockets. Imagine yourself lying just like this on a raft in a still, calm lake. Gently floating, barely moving. Your head is supported. Your arms are resting. Your eyes are watching the sky, the puffy clouds, the wisps of clouds, the contrast of the blue and the white. You can hear the water beneath you, yet you can't see it unless you turn your head. If you turn your head to the right, you would see vast expanse of still, cool water. Off into the distance, snow-capped mountains. You can see where the snow line and the tree line running down the mountain, where it starts to turn to green as we are in spring, and there's green spots starting to pop up. You turn your head to the other side. You're not far from shore of this lake. You can see trees starting to leaf out. You can see the bark of the trees, the limbs reaching towards the sun, opening up and creating a wide canopy that will soon provide summer shade from the searing sun. Leftover dried grasses from the fall and winter, with small sprigs of green starting to rise through the brown. Flowers that started to pop up nearly overnight, the early spring flowers of the mountain valleys. And you can gently hear the water lapping against the shore, just barely moving. And all is well. All is peaceful. As spring begins to bud in the mountainside, in the valleys, by the ocean, in the prairies, and the snow line starts to work its way further and further north, and green starts to press itself north, and the sun feels warm, but not yet too warm, and all is well. Take a nice deep breath, filling up your lungs. And as you exhale nice and slowly, letting it seep out of your body, feel your body once again on the mat, on the floor. The draining of the scene of the mountains. Returning your ears to the sounds in your room. Returning your nose to the distinct smells from where you're at. Returning your eyes to the pillows of their sockets, your head, your shoulders, and your hips rooted into the floor. Take another deep breath, connecting with your body. Exhale and begin wiggling the fingers and toes. Roll the wrists and ankles. Bend and straighten the elbows and the knees. Tilt your hips back and forth. Shrug your shoulders. Turn your head side to side. Straightening out your legs and taking the arms overhead. Take a deep breath and stretch in opposite directions. And relax. Right side only. Stretch in opposite directions. Relaxing into left side. Stretch in opposite directions. And relax. Gently draw one knee at a time into your chest. Roll on your back a moment or just sit still. And when you're ready, roll over onto your side, stacking hips, shoulders, and knees. Giving your equilibrium a moment to settle. As you go about your day to day, appreciate spring. Look for the little signs of spring that might be popping up around you. Gently press yourself up into a seated position, feeling nice and tall. Straight legs or crossed legs. Hands relaxed at your sides or in your lap. Gently drop your head forward. Roll to the right. Tuck and roll back to the left. And just go back and forth a couple of times. Nice and slow, getting a nice stretch through the back of your neck, waking your neck back up. Pausing in the center, bring your nose to the ceiling, a nice big up, and then bring it back down. Take it up and down. Head to face forward, turn right as far as you can, and then slowly take it over to the left as far as you can. Go back and forth. And facing forward, right arm, inhale, up and over, lean left. Big breath, and exhale, float it back down. Left side, up and over, lean right. Big breath. Exhale, back down. That felt really good. I'm going to do it again on the other side, on both sides. Upright. And exhale down. And again, left. And exhale down. Both arms inhaling up, reaching from the sit bones to the tips of the fingers. Exhale down. Gentle breath all the way to the top. Hands come together overhead. Exhale down to your chest. Flutter open and namaste.